This video is sponsored by Honeygain. Honeygain is an app that allows you to earn money by sharing your internet connection. All you need to do is just let the app run in the background and you can earn passive income. It won't cover your living expenses, but you can use the money earned to cover your Netflix and Spotify subscriptions, buy games or in-game items every month. Oh, did I mention body pillows? Don't worry, the app does not collect any personal data. It doesn't require device storage or any other sensitive permissions. So sign up now and get your first $5 with my promo code SENPAI. Click the link in the description below to sign up. Yahoo! Art Senpai desu. Welcome to a new episode of Art Review. Today, we'll be reviewing a submission from Discord. Oh yeah? Don't you know we have a Discord server? Come join us. It's a place where cultured people gather to perform cultured activities. Enough of that. Let's start, shall we? At first glance, it's a pretty good drawing, but I do get a few glimpses of mistakes here and there. For example, the thigh. It's too inwards and the anatomy structure is not really accurate too, but I'll give it a pass. Here's the center line of your character, and here's the pelvis. From this, we could see that the thigh is just too thin. This is what the size of the thigh is supposed to be like. Don't you know thick thighs save lives? So put some meat on the thigh. Now let's move to the anatomy. Your anatomy is pretty solid, and the ratio is on point, but I find the chest a little bit off. Based on your drawing, this is the highest point of the chest, so I assume the position of your chest is located around here. I think the chest should move a little to the left, just a little bit, because when you draw the line of gravity, you will notice that the chest is more centered now, so the whole picture looks more balanced overall. Here's the thing, if you want your drawing to be more cultured, make sure the waifu is bootylicious and boobalicious, which is why I recommend the chest and the booty to be raised as high as possible to display that S-line figure. Apart from the oppa and booty, the neck is also one of the sexy points of a body, so please don't cover the neck with the side hair, especially this curve right here. In this illustration, the character's shoulders are raised and the arms are hidden behind the back. As a result, the shoulders look flat and boring, which is why you have to show the curve. You can actually find this little detail being drawn in professional illustrations. There's a minor mistake at this part. The shoulder has no problems, but if I were to follow your arm, where's the rest? Where's the elbow? I guess you want to hide both your arms behind the back. If that's the case, you should draw like this instead. The shoulder should be curving inwards, not outwards. Also, keep in mind that the level of the shoulder must be the same. Your left shoulder is too low. Small details like this is what differs a level 4 from a level 3. Next, let's talk about perspective. A lot of you kouhais often claim that you couldn't draw the character in perspective. Here's a box, and your character is in the box. This box, however, is missing the top part, and this makes the character less 3D. The reason why you can't draw your character in perspective is because you can only see two faces of the box. So as you can see, the top part is missing. I assume that you want your character to look at the audience. Unfortunately, it doesn't feel that way. The trick to this lies with the pupil. No worries, kouhai, you will learn how to execute this as you practice more. Frankly, it's quite hard to express the direction of the eyes. Even I struggle with this sometimes. Moving on, poses. There must be a purpose behind every pose you draw. Maybe you don't know how to draw the arms and the hands, so you decided to hide them behind the body. I may be wrong, it might be intentional. I'm not saying that this pose is bad or anything. In fact, this is a pretty common pose for expressing shyness. Or maybe it's just to show off her boing boings. Back to the topic. I still think there's a better way to convey both shy and oppai elements. It doesn't seem like she's shy enough. Imagine your sister's expression when you accidentally open the toilet door. That's the expression you should be going for.
急にそんな妹なんて鍵が外れやすくなっています。必ずノックしてください。まずい。
But first, let me fix the expression a little bit. Back to the poses. Well, you can try a different pose like this. Even though she's being shy, there's a slight hint of seduction, and you can almost see something pink. When it comes to drawing cultured stuff, one must not show everything to keep the mystery alive, and mystery is what keeps the audience engaged. Don't you agree, my fellow cultured kouhais? which is why this is the perfect pose. The shirt is being stretched and covers only part of the oppai. Such a tease. Let's get back to the perspective problem. If possible, stop drawing the box like this. Instead, draw this. With this, we can draw the character in the intended perspective with ease, because we can now see all 3 faces of the box. So this is how the center line is supposed to be like. But for a character, the center line is slanted, and a parallel line could be found on the shoulder level. There's also another parallel line on the eye level as well as the pelvis level. This is the reason why the drawing looks flat and plain. For this drawing, it feels like the cameraman is squatting and taking the picture from below. In other words, panty shot. Well, if this is what you're going for, the picture is only half correct. Because if you're taking this picture from a low angle, the character's head should be smaller and the booty should be bigger. Okay, I might have went too far with this explanation, so let's go back to the original pose. Here's a small tip. Firstly, draw the center line, which is our line of sight. Then, the lines above the center line go like this, while the lines below the center line go like this. With this simple trick, you can envision the character's perspective instantly. Next, by following the perspective line, the position of the shoulder should be lower, so the shoulder should be adjusted. Also, the way the lines above the center line is slanting indicates that the picture is taken from a low angle. Logically speaking, we shouldn't be able to see the hair swole. With that in mind, I'll proceed to draw the hair. Now, I want to further explain the perspective of a character, but first, let me resize my canvas. Alright, done. So how can I connect the lower body? A lot of people can produce a decent upper body illustration, but only a few can produce a decent full body illustration. It's okay if you can't, because I can't either. So don't be discouraged. Notice that the position of the knees is aligned to the perspective line I drew earlier. Also, I want you to look carefully at the towel she's kneeling on. Yes, they all follow the perspective lines. The angle of the lines, the position of the boxes, they all follow the same perspective. You don't just draw them randomly. Oh boy, my culture sand is tingling. Let me tweak a little bit here and there. I know there will be comments like,
"Ooh, Senpai is basically turning that gorgeous illustration into hentai. Senpai ruined that illustration. I like the original one."
or
"Senpai is such a degenerate."
"Thank you for all the compliments. I'll gladly take it." Alright, I'm basically done with this episode of Art Review, so let's see the before and after of this illustration. This is the before and after. I know it's a rough, bad, and disgusting sketch. Please don't hurt me. Please drop a like, subscribe to my channel, and follow me on Twitter. DM me if you want a commission from me. Alright, that's all from me. Jana, kouhais.